everyone, my name is PolishLynx, and in Jisei, we start with trying to talk with everyone around. The two of those, all of them
I hope it helps.
don't have anything to talk about. Let's move to hallway. Hey there, man. Men's restroom. As I entered the bathroom, I nearly ran into Miss Bergstrom. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Miss Bergstrom shifts uncomfortably and fiddles with her watch for a moment. What are you doing in here, anyway?
Well, I had to use the restroom, and the women's one is off limits, naturally. Don't worry, I'm done.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
I suppose it depends on the question.
I was just wondering, why you decided to work for Biodev Imaging? It seems like it's really important to you.
When I was younger, my father passed away due to heart failure.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
It was genetic, and there was nothing we could do to stop it. I wished there was a way to save him, but there wasn't any viable technology at the time. I work for Biodev Imaging because we're doing things for people. We're saving lives. If no one else has to go through what I went through, I'll be happy. Hopefully that's a suitable answer for you?
Yeah, I was just curious. Thanks.
You're welcome.
There's a pile of duct tape in the trash can. Hallway. Let's talk, Gursky. I've heard mixed reviews about Otten Engineering.
How so?
Miss Bergstrom claims that they do nothing more than manipulate laws and bribe politicians. She's clearly not impressed by their business practices.
No surprise there, she has a major stake in a rival company after all. What about the others?
Kizaki says that Otten Engineering has come under fire for stealing from other companies, but they claim they are the ones being stolen from.
Naturally. And what does Chance think about all of this?
She thinks they're a car company.
Oh,
Yeah. End conversation. I don't really have more I can tell you.
I see.
Move. Main area. Talk. Chancel. Nothing.
Alright.
Alright, she has amazing voice. Kizaki. Nothing. Bergstrom. Nothing.
Good to know.
Move. Hallway.
Hey, Detective.
The voice again. Oh hey, the disembodied voice is back. It's been a while. I was starting to get worried.
I'm afraid I don't have much more I can offer you. You're on the inside, so you have all the keys. I know you've seen more than the rest of us can see. Try to remember. The last piece of the puzzle is there. Good luck.
Good luck? That's it? I'm not sure whether or not I should be offended that the Mr. Friend seems to have ditched me. But the truth is that even if I only have a fragment of Sarah's death, it's a lot more than anything else we've got right now. I shut my eyes and focus on the last thoughts that Sarah had. I can't breathe. I can't open my mouth. There's something on my face. It's stopping me from breathing. Is it a gag? No. It's actually holding my mouth shut. It's tape. I can smell it. The flower scent of the bathroom is strong, but it smells like duct tape. I twist my hands, but they are also taped together. And there is someone here with me. Someone holding me down while I'm struggling. I can feel fingernails digging deep into my skin. One of them bends as it digs into me. I twist around, and I can feel it snap against my skin. That's it! That's the missing piece! I rush to the bathroom and quickly look into the trash can. Sure enough, there it is, stuck to the pile of duct tape. The thing I thought was a bit of red paint is actually a broken fingernail. The smudge next to it must be blood. I have my proof. I know who the killer is. I need to speak with Detective Gursky. I head back into the hallway, but he's nowhere to be found. I can hear his voice. I find the Detective Gursky in the main area, taking down everyone's contact information. Detective!
Whoa, hey, I'm just getting everyone's number so we can call you later on.
No need for that. I figured it out.
Really?
Really. All the eyes in the room are suddenly focused on me.
What?
You mean you know who the killer is?
You figured it out?
Well, I figured out the major bits, at least.
Well, you're going to need to fill in the gaps before you try to sell this as the absolute truth, but I'm willing to listen.
Let's go over what we know, starting with the timeline. You arrived around noon, so you were here before everyone else.
Right.
Of the rest of the people here, who arrived at the coffee shop first?
It was Jisei. You came in around 2 o'clock, 2 hours, right?
Sure did.
Alright, who came in after her?
It was Kizaki. He even saw Jisei cleaning all the espresso machines after she argued with her manager.
That's right. The manager sounded pretty angry with her. He said she messes up like this too often.
Oops.
Alright, and after Kizaki, who came in?
It was the victim, Sarah. Jisei and Kizaki both saw her come in.
And after that, but sometime before 2:40, Sarah was murdered. Then Miss Bergstrom came in and found you with the body.
Yeah. Then there was all the yelling and accusing and all that other stuff.
So how was the victim killed?
She was suffocated.
With what?
Duct tape. The culprit used it to bind her as well as seal her mouth and nose. After she died, the killer removed all the duct tape and threw it away in the men's room.
That makes sense, but what about the knife?
Someone else put it there. It was meant to incriminate Jisei. The culprit overheard her argument with her manager, so he or she knew the kitchen would be empty. After Sarah died, the culprit removed all the tape, snuck into the kitchen, stole a knife and stabbed Sarah with it.
So who do you think the true culprit is?
It was Miss Bergstrom.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm positive. Why? Freaking fingernails. Nails. She has red nails, and there was a red nail. Hopefully that's a good thinking.
What? That makes no sense. Why would I do something like that?
Sarah stole from Biodev Imaging and you wanted revenge. Sarah stole from Alton Engineering for you, but something went wrong with the deal. Yeah, I'm going with this. Sarah stole from Alton and everything wrong
You
went
think I'd
wrong.
do something as dirty as hiring a corporate spy?
Well, if she had stolen from Biodev Imaging, I doubt she'd come to a coffee shop 2 blocks away to make the handoff. But she definitely came here to meet someone. The USB drive that held that information is nowhere to be found, which leads me to believe that whoever she was supposed to meet with did meet up with her. Biodev Imaging is still a new face in the lifestyle marketplace. I'm sure a radio kickstart from the competition's research files couldn't hurt. You are the only person here with ties to Biodev. Do you wish to deny asking Sarah to steal information for you?
In case you forgot, I was the last person in. Sarah was already dead by the time I got here.
Yeah, but that wasn't your first time here today. You came here before Chance arrived. You come here often enough that you know when her shift starts. So you came before she did, so that she wouldn't see you. You hid in the bathroom to wait for Sarah. When you heard Jisei and her manager arguing, you suddenly got the idea to frame Jisei. You knew the manager and Jisei would both be out of the kitchen, so it was a golden opportunity to plant evidence that only Jisei should have had access to. You killed Sarah as planned, then removed all the duct tape, planted the knife, and escaped through the door in the men's room.
That sounds like a solid theory, but then why did she bother to come back? Isn't it more incriminating for her to return?
That's what's been bothering me for a long time, but I thought about it, and I finally understand why she came back. Your face nails.
What?
Yes, that was good thinking from me. I found one in the bathroom already, stuck to that huge pile of duct tape that you used to kill Sarah. She fought hard when you restrained her, and your nail broke off in the struggle. Unfortunately, you didn't notice until after you had escaped. You replaced it with a new one, but then you noticed that you were bleeding. The police would now have your DNA as proof that you were the murderer. With Sarah's line of work and her recent job, they were bound to consider you as a suspect. At the same point in time, you knew you had to get rid of it immediately. You couldn't return through the emergency exit, so you had to take a chance at coming in from the front. Unfortunately, when you came back, I had already discovered the body, so you decided to try to frame me instead. Jennifer stands in shock for a few seconds. With a sudden burst of energy, she pushes me aside and races for the door.
Wait!
Kisaki races after her and grabs her by her wrist.
Let go of me!
Slapshot. She spins around and slaps him in the face. He winces and stumbles back a few steps. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Miss Bergstrom is already heading towards the front door, but Detective Gursky steps in her path.
That's enough.
She skids to a halt and desperately searches the room for another exit, but I'm already blocking her passage to the hallway. She sighs and shakes her head resignedly.
I'm such a fool. Running is the biggest proof of guilt, no? I suppose I should have seen this coming. Fine. I confess. It's just as you said.
She pulls her up her sleeve and unstraps the watch around her wrist.
This is the USB drive. Everything on it belongs to Otten Engineering.
Detective Gursky takes it from her with a nod. Why did you even do it in the first place?
That greedy woman came to me today saying that someone else had offered her even more money for the information that I hired her to steal. She said that I'd have to pay a much higher price if I was still interested, and that I should meet her here to make the exchange. People like her are the reason the world is hurting so much. Because of her greed, dying people are being denied the care they need. She got what she deserved.
How can you say that?
What?
You have no right to decide who deserves to live and who deserves to die. You spoke so fondly of saving lives and doing good in this world, but you were so quick to shed the blood of another. You say that it's for the greater good, but it was really just for yourself, wasn't it?
I just thought that...
Her voice trails off. I open my eyes slowly, struggling to maintain my composure. I know you thought you were doing the right thing, but there is nothing in this world that will make the wave of killing someone go away. You're going to spend the rest of your life with that burden, desperately trying to find a way to make the guilt disappear. I'm sorry. Outside the window, a police car with flashing lights pulls up. Gursky pulls out a pair of handcuffs and snaps them gently on Miss Bergstrom's wrists before leading her outside. I sink down into a chair and lean back. I feel so drained. I wish I could just go to sleep and not wake up for at least a year. Kisaki?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, actually, my name is Naoki.
Interesting. Huh. You look different.
That's sort of the point. Of a disguise, I mean.
This guy, he may have changed his appearance, but he doesn't seem to have changed his personality at all. It looks like the whole shy guy thing wasn't an act. In fact, he seems even shyer now. Was there something you wanted?
Yes, actually. We need to talk.
About what?
Well, the truth is that I work for a private investigation agency that specializes in information.
What?
I was hired by Auden Engineering to retrieve the USB that Sarah stole and figure out who her buyer is.
What? The police have the USB right now, so it's a good as safe. And Miss Bergstrom already confessed to hiring Sarah. What's the problem?
Miss Bergstrom said that Sarah claimed someone else was interested. If this third party really is after the info, we need to know.
A third party is involved. I suppose that will explain why Sarah had an ID for biodev imaging. She was likely hired to steal research from them as well. Still, all this corporate backstabbing doesn't really have anything to do with me, and I'd really like to get away from this place as soon as possible. Well, that's all very interesting, but I don't see why you're bothering to tell me any of this.
We think your ability might be useful in figuring out the third party.
I quickly glance around the coffee shop. Everyone else has gone already, but I lower my voice anyway. How do you know about that?
You're not the only one with extra abilities, you know.
So you...
I have a perfect memory. I remember everything around me. Sights, sounds, smells, everything. Once I experience it, I remember it forever.
Huh. So earlier, when I asked you about what this place sells to see if you really were a regular customer here.
I lied. I've never been to this coffee shop before in my life. I can recite the entire menu for you if you want, though.
That won't be necessary. I suppose I should have been suspicious when you answered so specifically. A normal customer would say something like $1 or $2 rather than give an exact price.
It's really useful for missions where I have to follow and observe.
I suppose I have you to thank for the voice in my head giving me information about Sarah as well.
Actually, that was my boss.
Huh? Your boss? So you're the one who was leaking information about me? All that time chatting online, you were just telling your boss what I was up to.
Guilty as charged. But it really would be a good thing if you could work with us. Would that be okay with you?
I don't know. I'd really rather have as little to do with this as possible. And honestly, I don't know why your boss thinks you need my help, anyway.
You've got it all wrong, Detective.
Aki!
At the entrance of the cafe stands a figure stunningly similar to Naoki. Well, except for a couple of obvious differences. A young girl trails at her side, peering cautiously into the cafe at me. Aki? Am I to assume that you're the boss that Naoki speaks of?
Guilty as charged.
She smirks as she looks me over, sizing me up.
It would really mean a lot if you agreed to work with us. But just so you're clear, we don't need your help. You need ours.
Huh. Interesting. I love that. That was an awesome game. I'm really happy that I played it. Oh. Epilogue. What's in here?
Hey, it's me.
Oh, Chansa, hello.
I'm a afraid I couldn't get the USB that you wanted.
What?
There was a little bit of complication with the handoff.
Shh. But she? Why?
Some woman from Biodev killed Sarah before I could get to her, and the police confiscated the USB as evidence. Yeah, I know. I do have something that might cheer you up, though. I think I ran into someone you've been looking for.
What was that about? You must be kidding me right now. Jisei's a traitor. Oh man. I trusted her. Now I don't. That's so bad. But still, Jisei is an amazing game. So far, I can say the best visual novel of all of them, I think. Well, maybe equal to Narkizu. They're a little different, but they are two greatest of all I played. And I can say. So hopefully you enjoy that one. And see you in Kansai. I hope you will want to watch it. Bye.